Welcome to the Furloko Podcast.
Where crazy flip butts talk about things and stuff, and yeah.
And maybe some things you might wish you never heard of.
Most likely, with your hosts,
DJ for 3.
we're Fox 18. Right. So, we know it's coming up on Christmas here for a lot of folks. And here in the States, it's winter time, and all the Christmas trees are
In some
decorated, and
places.
people got their Christmas lights on and stuff, and yeah, so, right.
Well, in some places, because for me, where I'm at, so far for how everything's looking, it might be a green Christmas again.
It's very likely to be that way here too, but it's definitely winter though. Well, I don't know. Missouri's being kind of spazzy. It'll be 60 one day, 30 the next. 60, 30, 60, 30, 80.
Yeah, well, for where I'm at, we have our own ecosystem, weather system, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it. Because it's supposed to be wintertime, but at the time of recording, technically yesterday, it was 56. And, well, when it's wintertime, that's supposed to be below 32, so shit can freeze.
Yeah, it's been a strange year weather-wise, and I think that trend's going to continue, unfortunately. But who knows?
Well, but here's the thing. Everybody might be opposed to me for saying this, but as I say to everyone in my family and friends, and generally people who I meet, I would rather have 24 hours of thunderstorms than a day of snow. So, I really don't like the snow.
I love snow. I love the snow.
I like the cold because the cold when you're sleeping is amazing, but I don't want that. Like, if I happen to want to go walk around town, I don't want to be putting on 30 layers, sweating waterfalls, and then just be like, okay, now it's time to go outside.
Well, see,
and then you come back
I
in
sweat
and
like
just
that
do the same thing.
Anytime it's above 70.
Yeah.
I don't like hot weather.
That's
I'm definitely not a hot weather flu. Too much fur. Way too much fur. I don't do hot weather.
Yeah. I have literal fur. I've been called Sasquatch before. So when it's summertime, if I actually do it, I get turned into
the abominable snowman.
Well, because that's the thing. I have a literal fur coat, so it gives me extra warmth.
Fair.
Now, in the summertime, if I don't want to suffer, I will shave myself to look like a naked mole rat that has gained a few pounds.
And in the famous words of Rufus, Toy Store!
And, well, but that's the thing. If I do that, then I get sunburned. If I don't do it, I don't get sunburned, but I suffer from the heat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a In wintertime,
if the sun's
it's really
out,
good.
I burn. I can look through a window and sunburn. Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I swear I'm part of vampire or something. It's Because there are times I'll go out in the sun, I feel like I'm gonna catch fire. It's just like my skin is burning. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's all good.
it especially sucks when that, like, on your shoulders, or if you're
Right.
like me and you're bald, you get sunburn on your head. Oh Lord, good luck sleeping.
Oh yeah, that's no bueno, I'm sure. What was that, Omni? My camera kitty was asking something. Omni, I can't see you do anything. You're behind the mirror. Snow angels? Yes, actually, I've made snow angels before.
I've made snow angels when I was younger, but once I grew tired of the snow, I don't really do it
I'll never
anymore.
get tired of it. I like snow. Yeah, you're fine, hon. But but yeah, I've made several snow angels over the years. I've made a couple of snowmen. Um, tried to make an igloo once, but eh, didn't
Eh,
quite get enough snow for that.
if I was to try and make an igloo, I would definitely cheat. I'd put
How
like
dare.
plastic and a plastic
Yeah,
dome
probably.
with a hole on top, and then just pack that snow on there. I'm good.
Cheater.
I'm lazy.
Are we all though
Although,
anymore?
as I've seen
'Tis the
from a
season.
video that I preach so often, it's not called being lazy. I'm resting.
Resting. Yeah.
Rest
After
and
all,
relax.
it's the most fattening time of the year.
No, that was Thanksgiving. You're a bit late on that.
I don't know. Have you seen the way some people eat during the holidays? Like even on Christmas?
That's
I mean,
true.
come on.
That,
On my family,
yeah, that's
man.
true.
An entire ham, an entire turkey, a giant kettle's worth of freaking mashed potatoes, and two huge trays of baked beans. Back in the day, man. We used to. Back when Grandma was still around. And her baked beans were the best. She would make brown sugar baked beans with ham or bacon in them. They're so good. Mm. Now I'm hungry again. Yeah,
I've been
crap.
hungry since like probably 3-4 hours ago.
Yeah. Well, maybe you
But
should make something to eat.
I'm
Have
planning on going
sandwich?
to bed.
Okay, well, understandable. So,
What?
anything interesting gonna happen for you for the holidays this year that you know of?
Uh, well, besides what I talked about last time of us having the cookie party 9 days,
Cookie party. I
yeah,
want
a
some.
whole bunch of cookies. And probably give you some of the recipes that we do.
Yumminess.
But, then there's a recent, development on plans. I can't remember if I already said it or not. Like, on recording or off recording, I don't even know anymore. That's just how my brain works. Thank you. So,
As long as the train doesn't leave the station.
yeah. But so this coming Christmas, on Christmas Eve, the entire family is gonna go up to my grandpa's house, and then on Christmas Day we're gonna celebrate Christmas at his house.
Ooh, That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Well, I recently found out that my uncle's coming up from Mexico. We'll get to see him at least one more time, so that'll be good. On a sad note, he has cancer, and we don't know how much longer he'll be around, so. Because it's untreatable. It's all in his throat and everything. But good news is he'll be up here around the 20th, so we'll get to spend the holidays visiting with him a little bit too. My other aunt and uncle are wanting people to come over on Christmas Eve and have a dinner, which is something they haven't done in years because they've always traveled, and so it'd be kind of nice to get to do that too. It'd be kind of like a family Christmas again in some ways.
And do you ever do like Christmas wish list stuff still?
Yeah, sometimes. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on there that I always just kind of
Yeah.
keep saved.
Yeah, my mom asked me to make one. I was just like, I honestly don't even know. And she was like, I'll give it some time to think. Like, I'm like, no, I literally do not know. I have too many furry clothes, like shirts and stuff.
Furry
I
stuff.
don't have any wall space for furry art.
I make furry clothes. I mean, what?
All of my statues and knickknacks, I barely have any room for. It's just, I literally have room for no more gifts, literally. So, like, besides soda to
Hmm?
keep me topped up,
Good
money,
stuff?
I guess, uh, or, as I told my mom, a, uh, a possible commission for a custom avatar for here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I don't know.
It's kind of my
So
problem. It's like there's a lot of stuff I like, but I never like asking people for it because my hobbies are not cheap. Um, RC cars, racing, motorcycles, computer stuff, VR stuff. It's not cheap. And I always feel guilty asking for that kind of stuff for Christmas because I don't want to be that kind of person. I just, eh.
yeah, that's why I don't really try to ask for much. Like,
Hmm.
like my parents said, like, they've said it multiple times before. There's a game you really want, or there's this, or there's that. Just ask us. You don't have to try and spend your money. It's just like I don't even want to do that. It's just I finally get money of my own, and I want to use that instead of breaking your guys'
Even
bank accounts. It's
even
just
with my disabilities and being disabled, I'm still trying to find ways to take care of myself so that I don't have to rely on people as much because I like to be self-sufficient. I'm one of those people that I have to be able to meet my own needs most of the time. I don't know why I'm like that. I just am. I always have to try to do things my way or take care of myself even though people offer to help all the time and I'm just I guess stubborn. I don't know.
oh
Hmm.
yeah. You and me are the same on that level. You and me are both stubborn. That's at least for me, that's the wolf in me. I'm stubborn as hell.
I don't know if it's the fox or the tiger in me. Hmm. I know I'm grumpy a lot.
Probably the tiger.
I know, I'm probably gonna be that old crotchety old person that's sitting on the porch when I'm like in my 80s and I'll be like, "You damn kids, get off my lawn! Damn it! Don't make me get my cane!"
Yeah, for me, it'd probably just be no one would see me ever. I'd just be in my room.
You're gonna be the old hermit
Yep,
with the huge beard
exactly.
to the coin.
Oh, I would love a beard like that now.
That'd be epic. Hey, if you can grow your beard out, you should braid it like a dwarf. That'd be freaking awesome. Put all the beads in it and stuff. That always looks cool. I don't know. I've always liked that.
Well, hopefully it grows more. Because it's as if my hair and my beard swap places. Because when I was younger,
Maybe I should try to grow
no
a beard and be the
beard,
bearded
no
lady.
like when I was younger, no beard, no peach fuzz, nothing, and I had a full head of hair, almost as thick as this hair right now. And then high school hit, and my
Yeah.
hairline started going. And as this started to go away and fade, this started to grow in. So it's as if my hair went.
hmm A couple of my family members were the same way.
And that's why I'm known as Sasquatch.
My hair has thinned a lot too, though. So I've got the widow's peak thing going on pretty bad.
Mine's not even like.
Part of getting old.
I wouldn't even really say mine's a widow's peak. It's just I have two sections that just go.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, he's probably gonna hate me for this, but I'm starting to look like my uncle.
Eh. You know, some people look really good bald though. Like my fiance, when he shaves his head, he looks really good that way. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like it.
I finally decided like I didn't think I looked good at all, and then once I just decided I don't want people seeing this hairline and all this, so I'll just shave it bald. And it's bald with a beard. I think it's the only way I look good.
It looks good. I mean, it does. It looks good.
Like
Ah!
who knew? Me
Oh,
shaving my
my
head bald.
clock went off.
Who knew?
Oops.
Me shaving my head bald is what gave me body confidence.
hmm
That's all I needed to do. Throughout my entire life, I was just like, oh no, I'm never gonna look good. Who's gonna want to date me? This that. It's just I
Being
shaved
on
my head and it's
here
like, huh,
and joining the furry
I look
community
good.
helped me a little bit with my body confidence. Being kind of chubby, being intersex, kind of in that in between of male and female, I always felt like I never fit in. I thought no one really would like that. And once I got into the furry fandom and met people, I realized there's a lot of people that doesn't bother them at all. Some people like that sort of thing. Some just don't care. They don't even think about
Yeah,
it. That's kind of surprising how accepting the fandom can actually be. And that's what actually got me into the fandom in the first place, was how accepting it was. And they also had, being otherkin, they also had a lot of like interests. So
yeah. I got into it because, for the most part of how the furry fandom treats people, that's my entire personality. It was just like, huh, this is gonna work
Mhm.
out. And then,
I will say,
initially, whilst I was in high school, I wanted so badly to get rid of my belly and just, I wanted to get rid of everything. But
that's a mood.
furry fandom and you and other people, like, and being in VR chat, cuddling with people and stuff, no one's gonna want to sleep on a fucking washboard abs. I don't think that's comfy. A big fluffy belly? Well, that's probably comfy. So
You're not
now
wrong.
now I'm just a turtle bug.
I would love to be fit like this again, but yeah, I wouldn't be nearly as cuddly.
That's
When I was in high
see,
school, I was thin enough you could count my ribs.
I've been about the same size stomach since high school.
For me, I started gaining a weight about the time I turned 24, 25, and that was just kind of uphill from there. And then I leveled off at around 200, and I was comfortable there for a long time. And then I started having health problems and was less active due to those health problems. And I got up to around 240, 250. And then the whole thing with the kids. And then because I was depressed and wasn't doing much after that, I climbed to almost 280 and then went back down to 260. And now I'm kind of sitting around the 265 mark ever since. So.
And in high school, right before weightlifting class, I think I was 280 pounds. I lost 55 pounds worth of weight,
Oh,
but then
wow.
I regained 55 pounds of muscle. So I lost 55 pounds of fat, but I gained 55 pounds of muscle. Well,
Muscle
ever
weighs quite a bit. It's
since
pretty bad.
ever since my injury in weightlifting class, I'm pretty sure I'm starting to feel that deteriorate and turn back into fat.
Weightlifting injuries can really mess a person up, unfortunately, depending on the type of injury.
Yeah, my lower back got compressed too, and back
My lower
squats and being dumb.
my lower back, right above the tailbone, is messed up, and I don't know if it's hereditary because my dad has the same problem, and so did his mother. So I think that's a contributing factor for sure. But mine started after I flipped a go-kart, and it landed on me.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, I lost my train of thought after that. Just
The train has
yep.
left the station.
True. It's halfway to Hogwarts right now. Yeah, you're still in front of it there, kitty cat. Wow. Omni's asking if we should polish the bald heads with the furniture polish and make them all shiny.
Yeah,
See, maybe that would help
I was
prevent you
thinking of
from
like
sunburning. You can just reflect it back and burn everyone else.
flashbang. No,
Oh my gosh,
I would
Omni.
be instead of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I would be uh, DJ the Flashbang. Oh yeah, Zura the
Omni's
Red-Nosed
talking
Reindeer.
about Zero the Red-Nosed Reindeer. For those that don't know, we have a cute little friend from Australia, and she's like a dragon and a deer hybrid, I think now, but she used to just be a deer, and her name's Zura. We used to always tease her as like Zora the Red-Nosed Reindeer. She's such a sweetheart, though. One of these days, I'll try to get her on here.
She always says that she's not, but she is always gonna be a cutie.
She's totally cute. I've got her on TikTok admitting it too. She still denies it.
Yep.
But nah, she's a sweetheart.
But yeah, like if I get this all completely removed and polished it and everything, I'd just be like, I don't like you very much. Flashbang.
I tip my hat to you, sir. Flashbang.
No, I'd wear a beanie and just be like, I don't like you very much. Ching.
That'd be great. I'm so pale. All I have to do is lift my shirt and show my belly, and I do that to people.
Oh Lord.
If I was any more white, I would be neon white.
If I was any more white, I would be a coffee creamer.
I hiccup. I have coffee creamer. Want some? Anyway.
I have French vanilla.
Ooh.
Fridge.
Oh God, I love French vanilla. There
French
was one I
vanilla is the
tried
best coffee creamer.
a long time ago. And as much as, like, Folgers is okay coffee for what it is. And I wouldn't say it's fantastic
Yeah.
coffee, but I had an espresso machine once, and I had a friend that
It's
tried to
good
move
for the
here from New
price.
York a long time ago, and Folgers made this coffee called Cinnamon Swirl. And in no way, shape, or form was it an espresso or really meant to be run through an espresso machine, but I did because I was bored. And
Yep.
it was one of those happy mistakes. For some reason, the Folgers Cinnamon Swirl, when you espressoed it, got nice and thick and real rich. It brought out the chocolatey undertones of the coffee, of that roast, and the cinnamon was so nice. And when you mixed it with French vanilla creamer, oh, it was excellent. A little bit of sugar.
What
Oh my
was it,
goodness.
like a literal cinnamon roll
Uh huh.
or a Cinnabon? Those are
It
so
wasn't
good.
bad. It honestly wasn't bad.
Have you ever had a Cinnabon?
Cinnabons are good. They're really rich, but they're
Yeah.
so good. Little pricey. Um, my guilty pleasure is Hertz Donuts. It's an actual thing, real coffee or a real coffee donut shop called Hertz Donuts here in town. I guess they're a small chain. I think there are a few other places other than here. But their donuts, I kid you not, are like that big around. They're huge, and
Oh.
they average about $3 a donut, depending on what you get. Of course, if you go with just regular glazed, you can get like a 6-pack for $7, but or a dozen for 12 or 13. So
Obvious. I'm sorry, but obviously you guys can't hear him. But as we're talking about this stuff, one, my stomach growled. Two, our cameraman has been whining, and he just now
and the
said
cat is
that
now
his mouth
drooling.
is drooling.
The other day, went to Hertz Donuts with Mother, just because we were out and about and having dinner together. Um, actually, I believe that was on Wednesday. We had hot wings then to do, and I had hot wings again today because I'm a hot wing. I'm a hot wing slut. What can I say? I like to torture myself with chicken and death,
Yeah.
fiery death. Like for example, today I had from a place called Coyotes. They are like a sports bar slash cafe. They have really good food. They're a little pricey. For example, 16 wings, twice fried, so that they're blackened, with added cheddar cheese, well, cheddar jack cheese, and bacon on top. Made them about $31 and some change for a 16 piece. But their wings are huge. For example, their 12 piece weighs in at a little over 2 pounds on average. Sometimes it's a little under, sometimes it's a little above, but it's pretty close to 2 pounds for 12 wings. And that's not bad. Those are huge chicken wings. Yeah. But they're really good. I got their Roadrunner, which is their really hot one, and I got their Arizona Gunslinger, which is like a mix of spices and still really spicy. Another one I really love is their Raging Cajun, which is kind of like the original buffalo sauce, so it's kind of a sweet heat, with a little bit of a tang. And then you get the Cajun spices seasoned all over it, and get it twice fried, so they double sauce it and double fry it. Oh, and it gets blackened. It's so good. Melted cheese and the bacon all over the top, and just that's what I had on Wednesday.
So now I'm really hungry.
Sweet potato fries. And then we stopped at Hertz Donuts on the way, and they have all different flavors. They have a Bart Simpson, which obviously you can guess what's on that donut if you're a Simpsons fan. They also have the Homer, which is the forbidden donut, so to speak. Um, During the whole Tide Pod incident, they had a Tide Pod donut that was cream filled. I got one.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yep, I went and got one. Um, I took a picture of it with my fursuit on. It was like forbidden donut, forbidden fruit.
Oh my lord.
Tide Pod challenge. But that was such a stupid thing that I had to. I couldn't resist. Um, but when I was there, I had the coconut key lime pie donut. I had the caramel apple pie donut. And then I had the Andes mint donut, which is a chocolate fudge donut that is like a cake donut, but really thick and dense and heavy, covered with mint icing and chocolate frosting and flakes kind of on it.
Stop describing the. Shut up, cameraman.
Oopsies.
At least my mouth isn't
Right.
watering.
Hey, if you come down for the wedding or visit, I'll have to get you some. Because they are good. They're 24 hours, so I should be able to.
If I wasn't so scared to travel, I would.
Do we have to drive up there and get you?
I mean, that would be the furthest I've ever gone without family.
Fair. It's always a little nervous the first time you travel alone, like it really is. Don't get me wrong. I remember the first time I went to Anthrocon, and it was the first FurryCon I ever went to. It was back in 2006. And back then, it had like 2,000, maybe 2,400 attendees that year, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look it up again. Whatever the attendance for Anthrocon was in 2006. Yeah, I think it was close to 2,000, but I don't know. Anyway, and it was still like one of the biggest cons at the time, if not the biggest. And as far as FurCons went, and I was near the whole furry thing as far as actually going to them. Yeah, back then, and I was honestly overwhelmed. This is huge. It's actually gone back and forth with MFF recently. They kind of go back and forth.
I
don't know what MFF's attendance was this year. I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there, but I ended up not going. Health
when
reasons.
I did my research on all of the fandom stuff back in school, like just about through all of history proved that Anthrocon biggest furry convention in the entire world.
Yeah, it stayed that way for a long time, and then in I think 2018 or 2019, MFF took it because they had 11,000 attendees that year, which was more than what Anthrocon had that year. And then Anthrocon took it back briefly, and then MFF took it back again. I don't know. I've never been to Megaplex. I don't know what their attendance is, but I've wanted to go a couple times, but just never got the chance. But I remember when I first got on that Greyhound to go, because I was a poor college student, and the only reason I got to go was because I won a lawsuit against a police officer that violated a lot of civil rights. Won't go into that. It was terrifying for me. It was terrifying for my friends that were also with me, because we didn't know what was going to happen to us that night. But thankfully, my friend's dad was a lawyer and was on the phone and heard everything and hit the record button. So that kind of saved us. But
nice.
Yeah. Basically, long story short, went to visit a friend to pick up some computer parts late after college one night. He got off work late. It was like 10 p.m. It was on the weekend. My friend lived on a private drive. My other friends were with me in their car and followed me there. I was borrowing my grandfather's Lincoln at the time because my car had broken down. And long story short, someone else that worked for the city council of that little town called the police on us for suspicious activity because we were just sitting there waiting for him to get home, even though it was his drive and we had permission to be on his drive. But he called us back, said, "Hey, I'm running about 30 minutes late. I'll be there in 30 or so." So we decided to run down to the gas station down the street, get some sodas and some snacks, and just sit and talk. About the time we pulled into the gas station, a cop pulled in, blocked us in, wouldn't tell us what he was detaining us for. I asked him what we did wrong, He said, well, it was a private drive, and we were sitting there, and I said, yeah, it's my friend's private drive. Named off his name, his mother's name, the address, everything, even his phone number. I said, you can check and see that we had permission to be there. And it's like, well, we're going to search your vehicles. I'm like, well, do you have a warrant? And they said no. So I said, until you get a warrant or have actual probable cause, I'm not letting you search. And then the whole thing went downhill from there. They kept threatening us. He refused to show us his badge, everything. And my other friends that were with us, like I said, one of them's dad was a lawyer, and he was on the phone with him. His dad started recording the conversation that he was hearing over the phone. And turns out there was no reason for him to detain us. Everything was illegal from the minute he refused to show us the badge. I no longer had to cooperate because he was a civilian at that point. He can't prove to me he's an officer. I don't have to do anything he says legally. It was also at a time where there was a ton of people impersonating cops in the area. It was all over the news. So the way he was acting was already a little suspicious. And because of the way he parked, I couldn't see what was on the side of the car. He wouldn't let us get out until he wanted to search me. And he acted like he was going to arrest us, and we'd done nothing wrong. But anyway, we went to court, and we ended up winning that. It's the only reason I was able to go to Anthrocon that year. Otherwise, I would have had like no money, being a college student and working a crappy part-time minimum wage job. But I remember the first time I got on that Greyhound, I was scared. I was terrified because it was the first time I'd gone anywhere by myself with no one, not even a youth group or anything, or a school. I was on my own on a bus with a bunch of strangers. It was kind of a weird feeling.
Yeah. Like, if my roommate isn't able to go with me to Motor City FurCon this April or whatever, he's not able to go with me, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and drive 2 hours alone to the con. I mean, I have friends that will be there, but it's just the getting there by myself is the issue.
No, that's understandable, but they are a lot of fun. I enjoyed them. I enjoy like the music
That's why I
that's
missed
there.
this year.
Different
This
events.
year, my parents shouldn't go with me. My friend couldn't go with me because he had to work. So then I didn't go.
If you'd had a room and everything, I would have just drove up there and gone with you. I wouldn't have cared. As long as I wasn't in the middle of something else or had like a surgery or something during that time. I would have loved to have gone. Would have been fun. By the way, for all my friends that were looking to see me at MFF, the reason I didn't make it this year is I had this surgery, wasn't sure how I was going to do. I put off getting a room a little bit, but my friend that I was going to go with already had a room. But two things happened. We're both disabled. When we contacted the hotel after winning the room lottery for that hotel, they told us they could not guarantee us a disabled room. And the fact that that technically violates the Americans with Disabilities Act, unless there's that many handicapped people that went, which could be. But I know in the past that a lot of my other friends that are not disabled got given handicapped rooms because that was what was available. And those, honestly, by law, are supposed to be prioritized to disabled people attending that event. But we won't go there. So the fact that we didn't have a disabled room was kind of the first hiccup. And two, they lost their license again because Texas is being stupid. They have seizures, but they've been managed and haven't had a seizure in well over a year or so. And according to Texas law, they were supposed to get their license back after no seizures for 6 months. They got it back, and then literally 2 months after getting it back, it was taken away again. And no reason given. Just none given. In fact, my friend was out of town when it happened and didn't even get the notice until they returned, so
Yeah.
So they've been dealing with that, and that was kind of a hiccup there. And it's like, well, they thought about going still, but either I would have had to drive to Texas to pick them up and then drive all the way back to Chicago, or they would have had to bus here or something. And which busing here,
Oh,
they wouldn't have
wait.
been able to bring all their stuff they sell. So,
MFF is in Chicago?
yes, yes, it is.
Well, if you're able to make it to MFF whenever you go then,
I'll try to go
like,
next year. See what I can do.
Motor City FurCon is literally, like, so you go from Chicago
Hmm
3 hours to where I live, and then it's a 2-hour drive east, and that's it.
Yep.
It's
I've
normally
only
in, like,
been to
April,
that
May
once.
area.
Well, technically, I went to it back when it was Furry Connection North.
Yeah. You told me about that a
That
while
was in
ago.
2007.
But, yeah. Because the
It was a
first time
fun
I
con,
went to
though.
when I was doing my initial research, I thought I would never be able to go to a furry convention because I thought at the time, before I found out about MCFC, I thought the closest convention was Anthrocon.
Oh, understandable. Yeah. Yeah,
And
MFF's
then
pretty close to you too.
we found out about Modi City FurCon in 2018, first year I went. And that's when I found out I had a lot more stress on me than I thought I did. Because before I went to the convention, I had a maximum, and this was during school, a maximum of 5 hours of sleep a day
Oh goodness.
for school. After the convention, I got 8 hours of sleep every night. I didn't struggle to focus, I didn't this, didn't that. I never had any issues. I was just like, okay, I need to make sure I go every year. That was
Man, I don't know why, but I've been
at that
so
point.
thirsty.
At that point, I learned that FurCons are probably the only true stress relief for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the one
I was
place I
kind
can
of the same way
go.
for a long time.
It's just
Granted, I was in college at that point.
But yeah, I mean, we can probably do research on the side at some point in time.
Mhm.
If we can try and get
Ye-
something lined up.
Yes, Omni? In a lot of ways, yes. You go to a convention to see family. Kind of a family away from your relatives, in a way. Family you make for yourself. That's very true. That's why I like a lot of the smaller cons. And I know I've talked about OaklaCon a lot in the past, but everyone that went there, up until the time it ended, before those few people showed up and ruined it for everyone, those people had never been to that con before. They were just there. It was their first time. They ruined it for everybody. But that convention really was family. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody recognized, like, they knew me just by the sound of my truck when I was pulling the hill. They're like, "Oh, Kavori's here." Alright. You know, they knew my old blue S10. They could tell just as soon as I pulled that hill. Here at Rumbling. They and it was just like that. Everybody knew everyone. It was home in a lot of ways. Wild Nights is kind of like that for me now. Still a little bit different, but a lot of the same people do go, and kind of still has a similar feel. And that's one reason I went to Anthrocon for so long. It was weird. I hate to say it. My friends keep calling me a poppy fur, and I was like, no, I'm not. Bad word. Bad. No. I'm not a poppy fur. No, Omni. No, bad kitty. Bad. Don't make me get the water bottle. I'll spray you. But no. Don't tempt me. Oh. Oh goodness. I'm not repeating that one.
Yeah, no. That stays
Anyway.
behind the camera.
But first time I went, I was so scared because I didn't know anyone, and I'm not gonna name names, but and there's reasons for that currently. But my first time there, I met a group of fursuiters that were really awesome, and I was the first time I'd seen a fursuit in person. And one of them was a fursuit maker. He had 12 fursuits with him, and he wanted all of them in the parade if he could to show off his work. And so, guy that just met me offered to let me wear one in the parade. And mind you, the foot paws on it were probably 14 to 16 inches wide and almost equally as long, like huge stompers with big digigrade leg padding, everything.
Lucky.
Yeah, and there's a reason I won't say that name because some things happened with him, and I do worry about him, but just to save face, I don't want to bring it up. But because I don't like to bring other people's drama into the light, that's their problem. But so first time in a fursuit, I finally got in it, got the head on, everything, and realized, shit, we're supposed to be in line in like 15 minutes. Look at the line to the elevator. I'm like, no, crap. And I go down from the 20th floor of the Westin, I think it was, 18th or 20th floor. Might have been the 18th. And all the way down to the second, take the sky bridge across, take the stairs down to where we line up. And yeah. Walked the whole parade. Came back. Actually got on the elevator that time, thankfully, and went back up to a different room that he was in because they had like 4 rooms that they all rented because it was like a big group of friends. And they went and got my clothes for me, and I came back and changed. But that was the first time I ever got to wear a fursuit. It was great. That was 2006.
Freaking lucky.
The suit I wore was a giant Malamute. Female Malamute. I think I still have a photo of it somewhere on one of my drives. It's probably hidden among the terabytes of photos. Okay?
I have a temp suit of a red fox, and that's it.
Foxes are cute, though.
It costs a lot of money to get that custom.
Yeah, it can. It definitely can.
Unless
I've just gotten lucky most of the time.
There is to know on how to make it.
Because I got my Crux full suit for $600. Anyway, we won't talk about why that happened. The poor girl that made my suit had a lot of bad things happen. It ended up taking her 3 years to do it, and as an apology, she didn't charge me the rest of it. She only charged me that initial $600 deposit, even though I still offered to pay her more. She just said no. It's my fault for taking so long. There you go. And to this day, I still can't believe she did that. Like, I still feel bad. I wanted to do more for her, but she refused.
Well,
she would not let me pay her anymore.
At that point, just take that as, here's my act of kindness, now it's your turn to pay it forward.
I went and showed it off every chance I got and told people who it was. But because of her health, she went to making pre-mades only, and only partials again, and very limited. So she doesn't make suits very much anymore. She had back surgery and stuff which is one of the reasons it took so long to finish mine, because she was in so much pain. And I said, you can't help that.
I mean, out of everything, I would probably be happy with a partial. Have my own paws, my own tail, my own head suit. Like, I'd be fine with that. Because I normally
Right.
wear a hoodie and sweatpants. Nothing new.
I like partials because I like wearing outfits with suits. And I just think it looks cute in a lot of ways. One of mine's a pirate fox. I also have a skunk now that is really adorable from what I'm told. Over the years, I've had about 14 fursuits. Some of which I did make myself, but still.
Mine is a partial
I'm not good at it.
like 3 different sources. Because I got the tail from Comic-Con. I got the ears from a fur. No, I got the ears from and the face mask from like Halloween store. And then I got the collar from convention. I got arm sleeves from and like faux fur legs from
Okay.
I think another Halloween store. And then the foot paws, I took old shoes that I used to wear and made my own foot paws.
Nice. I've done that with
I
a
had,
few over the years.
and my Shona, he likes music, so I made a giant pair of headphones custom. They look god awful, but one of them, one side lit up red, the other side lit up purple. My colors.
Nice.
Well, it lasted a year, and then
Aw,
it broke. So,
that's sad. Well, one year I because for those that know what a crux is, they're kind of like a mutant. And they're really neat. I apologize, my eyes are closed. I don't have my face tracking right now. My Quest Pro is in the shop again, getting replaced. But one year, I'm also refilling my vape, so bear with me. But one year for Anthrocon, I did something fun because I don't know if it was like some sort of monster theme, I think, that year, or a post-apocalyptic theme. I can't remember exactly. But for that, I made a backpack for my Crux that used old cardboard tubes, and I painted them silver and put radiation symbols on them, and had cutouts in them with clear acrylic and LED lights so they would glow kind of a subtle green or sometimes a subtle blue like Trinitite. Or not Trinitite. My brain's not working. Uh, iridium. They make sites out of it. God dang it. Tritium? Any other time I could tell you. I'm actually embarrassed by this. I can't remember. Oh, you know me. I know a lot of my radioactive stuff because I studied it for a while. Actually, in college, one of my assignments was to write. Actually, I had this assignment twice. In 8th grade at a private school, because I went to a Christian school my parents put me into for a while because they thought that I would get a better education because it was advanced. Like their normal math classes were 2 years ahead of the public school, so they thought that it would do me some good because it's kind of a gifted Christian school. Anyway, I had to write reports on the development of the atomic bomb, so that's the only reason I know a lot of this stuff. But I can't remember for shit today. I blame the whiskey I had earlier. But anyway, it
Yeah,
was
that's
really
how we
neat.
knew it was gonna be a
I
fun
got a lot of
episode.
compliments on it. Had a lot of people with them. Maybe. But since Cruxes were kind of a mutant, I thought it'd be neat to have like a backpack that looked like a little reactor. Oh yeah, Crescent and Glitch, the red and white ones. Yeah, they're good friends of mine. I've known them a long time. Yeah. Shade, I think occasionally still goes to Anthicon. I'd have to ask her again. She was there last time I went. I think I think Lem still goes. I think Baja goes. I think Nevermint sometimes goes. Let's see. Shaw. Yeah. Trying to think of who else. Thorn goes because Shade's partner. Yeah, quite a few actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
I only
a lot of
know
us
of
Cruxes still
one.
exist to this day.
Like I only know one person. Well, no, two. That go to Rachel that became my friends.
I get the hiccups again.
That I also have friends here in VRC. One of them is named Omega, or the Misfit Omega, and I think his Sona's like a what is it called? You know, the cat from Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, the Cheshire.
Yeah, I think his Sona's like that, or like Mad Hatter Fox.
Hey, my Crux always dresses up as like the Mad Hatter and stuff too sometimes. Or she dresses up as
And
Doc Brown.
then there's Small Sandwich.
And for those of you that really want to know what a Crux is, go back to some of our really, really early episodes, like the first few. If you see a green and black creature sitting there talking to you that I'm wearing with the curly ears, that's a Crux. Yep.
But so then the other one, Small Sandwich. She's a little short, cuddly bean.
Sandwich.
And
That reminds me. I used to have a friend that went by Little G Wolf that went to Free Connection North. I hope she's doing okay. I lost touch with her when I moved and had my phone stolen and changed numbers and all that. And,
I believe her
I need
Sona
to get
is
back in
like a
touch with her.
little Red Riding Hood bot.
That sounds adorable.
Like, no, so she has her main head, her paws and everything, her little tail, a red cape with a red hood. And
My
the
favorite
hood
part
goes
of the
over
Red
the
Riding
points
Hood
of the
story,
ears.
I bet you can guess.
Hush.
Hey, furries, if you know, you know. Anyway.
Most people who are probably adults will get that.
Thank you, Fluffy and Innocent.
It's a...
Yep. Yep, cute Fluffy and Innocent. I has a halo. I bow to you, sir. Omni said, and he's the king of England. I'm like, okay. But no, I'm cute, Fluffy and Innocent. Yep.
Yeah, no.
You know, there used to be a saying back in the day: foxes are always guilty.
Yeah.
Prove it. Prove it, Omni. If we still are, prove it.
Uh-oh.
Oops. I broke it. I accidentally clicked the seat. The seat is way up in the rafters, like probably like 10 feet away, and somehow I still managed to click it from here because of VR chat logic. I don't know what you're talking about, Omni. I don't know anything about Fox Party Rings. They're a really yummy snack. They're a very yummy snack. Very yummy snack. I'm cute, fluffy, and innocent. Cute, fluffy, and innocent. Hey, I worked on my cousin owned a dairy farm and I helped her with it a few times, so I've been around a lot of that bullshit, so don't give me that. Anyway.
I love you, never change.
I love you too. Wow. Cute, fluffy, and innocent, though. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If anyone else gets the reference to that song, you're probably as old as I am. Or a fan of older country music. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. All I know.
Choo-choo.
All I know right now.
Oh yeah,
is
friends.
Just about both of my eyes are bloodshot, and I'm tired as hell.
You should get to bed. I have no idea, Omni. Magical beans. We started at magic o'clock. I mean, I am a nine-tailed fox. Tiger thing. So yeah, I guess I do have magical beans. Omni says I have magical beans. All wrong.
Holy, what, like a holy god spirit being?
Yes, my Crux does have green beans, and they glow in the dark. Remember to get your 5 a day.
Just don't eat it, because you might grow a weird limb.
No, that just happens if you fall in Springfield Lake. Anyway. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. But yeah.
Alright.
I hope everyone's gonna have a good set of holidays coming up, though. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it'll probably be fun. I definitely have to make sure I go this time, because last time for Thanksgiving I became to go, but I had to miss out on it. So I'm really hoping I'm able to go this time, especially since my mom's told me that my grandpa has been asking for me specifically lately.
You should go see him.
Yeah.
Go see him.
Especially
if he's in bad health. You want to spend as much time with him as you can, trust me.
I know.
Go see him. Because you never know if you'll get another chance.
Oh, yeah.
You should definitely go see him.
He's getting better. I will. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this part a little bit blind, but I'm just telling you guys anyway. I really much can't open my right now. It's big. So I'll be going to bed after this, but we love you guys. We hope you have a very good Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate.
Kwanzaa, Yule, who knows? I celebrate both Christmas and Yule.
We all love you, even the cameraman.
He's a big fluff butt. Big fluffy kitty.
But we all love you. We'll have the Discord down below. Um, and you can go down there and hop into our channel and give us suggestions, talk about stuff with us. Just a little hangout spot. Pretty much what it is. If you want to get to know us, we'll be in there whenever we can. I've been busy a lot, so.
Same.
But
And if you made it this far, made it to the end, you see those Christmas presents behind us? If you want to let us know that you made it this far, just type Christmas presents in the chat or the comment section. Yeah.
That's the whole thing we still have yet to life. We said
We do need to do that at some point. Depending, I would say that would be a fun thing to do for New Year's, but I don't know if I'm going to be out of town for New Year's yet. It's still up in the air. We're talking about going and visiting a friend in New Mexico for that weekend.
But yeah,
for a couple days.
We love you, and we hope y'all have a very happy holidays.
Stay fluffy, y'all.
Don't worry, be furry. Love you.
Yeah. Love you too. Also, one of these days I really should mention more about like our merch, and I need to start making merch for us too.
Oh yeah. Alright, in the future there'll probably be merch. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a bit of a time.
Bye-bye now.